When it comes to studying for the exam, you need to make sure that you have a good understanding of all 19 domains, and I'll review those here with you in just a second. Don't have to have in-depth knowledge, but you need to understand what each of the domains are about. And you're going to see a lot of focus on SQL injection and port scanning. Those would be the two main concepts. I mean, it's not like you're going to get like a high percentage of questions, but you'll see 3 or 4 about SQL injection and 3 or 4 about port scanning itself. But the big thing you need to know about is, when it comes to CEH, is knowing your tools. Now, what I mean by knowing your tools is that you're going to see a lot of tools utilized, and you're going to see some tools that do more things than other tools. You'll see one tool that is specific for scanning, where you might see another tool that is used for scanning, checking for vulnerabilities on systems, mapping out the network, kind of a suite of tools. The concept here, what you need to grasp, is that you might be asked some questions concerning which tool would you use to accomplish the following. For example, footprinting or scanning. Not that one tool is better than another, it's just that they'll question you to see if you understand the differences between a tool used for gaining access or doing a session hijack versus an SQL injection tool. Now, I mentioned the domains. You have to be the master of your domain. So here are the domains that you need to make sure that you have a good understanding of. First of all, the intro to ethical hacking, which is this course here. You're not going to get any questions in your immediate future, is how I'm going to say it, which when you hear me say that in other courses, it means it's something you may want to break out your highlighter on that you might see in your immediate future. But you won't be asked questions in your immediate future concerning the test itself, but you will see things in there. For example, what is a white hat? What is a black hat? You'll need to know those definitions. You'll also need to make sure you have a good understanding of footprinting and reconnaissance, as well as scanning the networks, enumeration, system hacking, Trojans and backdoors, viruses and worms, sniffers, social engineering, denial of services, session hijacking, hacking web servers, hacking web apps, SQL injection, hacking wireless networks, evading IDS firewalls and honeypots, buffer overflows, cryptography, and pen testing or penetration testing. Now, it just so happens you're going to see every one of these domains in a course with Pluralsight. Now, I also want to talk to you about the weight of the exam. There are certain sections of the exam that cover certain technologies or certain theories more heavily than others. And I've gone through here, I've got a chart here for you that you can see that you're going to get about 5 questions when it comes to the knowledge of network technologies, web technologies, the backgrounds, system technologies, communication protocols, malware operations, all these items here. It's only about 4% of the exam itself. When it comes to analysis and assessment, data analysis, system analysis, risk assessments, technical assessment methods, this is about 13%. And so you'll see about 16 questions around these subjects. Now, this is one of the bigger ones, which is the security section. That's what this is all about, right? About 25% of the exam, or 31 questions, concerning system security controls, application file servers, firewalls, cryptography, all these different items listed here, as well as social engineering, vulnerability scanners, biometrics, vulnerabilities. And then you'll also, this is probably the bigger section, tools and systems. Again, remember I told you, you need to understand your tools. Which tools are wire sniffers? Which tools are network sniffers? You might, in your immediate future, see some information about Wireshark, and we'll make sure that we cover that information in the additional courses. But you'll get about 40 questions. This is one of the heavier weighted section of the exam. And it also includes subnetting, port scanning, domain name systems or DNS, operating environments, antivirus systems, log analysis tools, security models, database structures. And then a lighter version, or one that again is as much as the tools, is the procedures and methodology. You'll get about 25 questions concerning these subjects, which will include cryptography, security architecture, TCP/IP networking, and then finally, you'll get about 4% of your questions asking about security policies and compliance regulations. You'll get a couple also, about 2%, with ethics and appropriateness of hacking activities. Again, not a whole lot. So you can kind of see where the main focus is going to be for the exam.